Good morning and welcome to my live stream. It's the end of the week. It's Friday, June 20th, 2025. And I'm gladly happy to see you back again. I've been on twice a day for 20 months, ever since October 2023. And I do 14 live streams a week, not missed one of them. I'm here as a loving father and a husband and someone who cares about you. I want to help you with your CPS case. I'm not an attorney. You have reached the live stream called Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace, and hang on to your children. Now, I'm here to help you with one of the rogue entities that have really done you wrong. And I'm so glad that you found me on Facebook. There are two rooms. One is called Fight CPS with Bob Pace. The other one is Fight CPS and Stop Taking Our Children. That's my evening live stream. My morning live stream is the Fight CPS with Bob Pace. Now, this particular live stream is for a full 1 hour. What I tend to do, what I try to do, is give you encouragement and answers to your questions about your CPS case. Most of you, in fact, all of you that I've talked to, including myself, we have something in common. It's called low income. A lot of us are struggling for no fault of our own, and we shouldn't be doing that with CPS. They reinforced the law in January. They had a new message that being homeless is not necessary a grounds to be neglect with your children. Being poor is not grounds to neglect your children. It is very difficult, a lot of you that are raising families sometimes hit financial hard times. I can relate to that because mine was in 2010 when I lost my job after working for 45 years. Now, I tell you that I'm on twice a day. I'm on in the morning at 10 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And then again on the weekends at 8 a.m. Now, I'm on every night at 7 p.m., 7 days a week. They're 1 hour live streams. The times I give you are Pacific Standard Time. I'm on the west coast of California. I broadcast from Surf City, 3 blocks from the beach. And I want you to know that I do care. I do listen. I will find out. I will help you. But you got to help yourself a lot of times, especially when you don't have the most important rule is to hire an attorney. Having a legitimate attorney that you pay money for, is the best way to get your kids back and to keep your kids with you. CPS is very complex. It's hard to navigate. Now, there's lots of ways you can interact with this live stream. You can text a message either in the form of a question or a comment about CPS. Please state your first name, your city or your county, the state, and the country. Also, please tell me about your CP case from the beginning to the end if that's the first time that you're texting a message. Now, I know that is very hard what you're going through. Now, I have 23 countries, including the USA, and everybody in the United States, all 50 states, there's been someone that has called in, including even Washington, D.C. Even Washington, D.C. Now, the states that I've talked to are Indonesia, Bangladesh, India, in the Middle East, it's Saudi Arabia and Libya. Then over to Africa, it's Liberia, Sudan, Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, Mozambique, and South Africa. You've all either call me or text a message to me. Then then up to Europe, I have the United Kingdom, Denmark, and Sweden. Then across the pond, I have North America. And of course, all the states in the US. Then south of the border, I have Mexico. Then across the South Pacific, I have New Zealand and Australia. That's 23 countries. That's quite a lot. Now, another way you can participate in this live stream is be a guest on my live stream. All you have to do is email my show producer, Grace, at vincentwdavis.com with a day and time you need to be on her show. I want to thank her for all she does for me to help me with my show. Now, you just pick one of the 14 times. I want to be in Bob's Friday night show or Bob's Sunday morning show or Bob Wednesday night show or Monday morning. You pick morning or evening, and you pick Monday through Sunday. And the rest, that she'll give you a link. Now, the link will take you to StreamYard, which where I'm broadcasting on. Now, StreamYard uses YouTube to do its broadcasting. Now, besides being a guest, you can also call in on my live stream. My number is 626 698 0990. And I'd love to take the call and answer your concerns and help you out. And you can either ask a question or tell me a story about your case, about your CPS case. So my phone number means I'm live, so you can talk to me during the show. Now, if you want to hire a real good attorney and you have your mind made up, I suggest you hire Vincent W. Davis. His number, by the way, is next to mine. It's 888-888-6582. It's the law offices of Vincent W. Davis. There, you will talk to reception. When you talk to reception, tell them that Bob Pace sent you. And then you say you want to speak to Vincent Davis. And they'll put you in touch with Vincent Davis, that you want to hire him. And then he will work with you. Now he has 39 years of experience of fighting CPS. He is a trial attorney, and he is schooled and licensed and trained in the areas of juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. Those are the areas of the law that you want to deal with. He also can do civil lawsuits. What that means, he can get money from CPS by suing them for falsely violating your civil rights and your constitutional rights. He's done that both in state and federal court. He's won millions of dollars. Oh boy. Well, let me come back here. I had a little accident here. Excuse me. Oh boy. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Be right with you. Hold on, Square Peg. Hold on. Be right with you. Okay. All right, my mic was muted. I guess I've lost square peg. I don't know where you're at because I asked you some questions for you. Earlier during the show, I had a disaster where I have my orange juice poured all over the place. So I got it temporary there, but I need to clean it up. It's a big mess. It's a big mess. But that's a good question. Now, when I had my job that I lost in 2010, I could afford a lawyer. I made enough money. The problem is, not everybody has the kind of money to pay for a lawyer. Now, Vincent Davis's fee is $500. That's not expensive compared to a lot of other attorneys that are $600, $800, even $1,000 an hour. But try to fight CPS pro se is hopeless. You do not know. It's taken me 15 years to know what I know now. That if I had a CPS case, I could fight it. I could fight it. I know what to do now. But 15 years ago, I didn't. And that's sad. But I'm sharing that with you at no cost. There are 5 rules that I've come up with. Now, somehow my phone number disappeared, but there it is again. Now, one of my members, Christina, in Las Vegas, Nevada, has a big fire going up at the trout farm. We'll see if she's okay. Now, besides texting me a message or asking me a question or calling in, you can also get a chance to talk to Mr. Davis at a special rate. For just $60, you can talk to him for 30 minutes. That's a private Zoom consultation with attorney Vincent Davis. You go to Canley.com. Now, if you call in or a guest on my live stream, you get 15 minutes of free time with Vincent Davis. So for 15 minutes, you get free time to have him talk to you on Zoom, a private call. All you have to do is call in or be a guest on my live stream. Now, for $60, you go to the website, Canley.com, and you can arrange yourself a 30-minute private Zoom with Vincent Davis. Now, there's a guide out right now called the Grandparents Guide to Adopting Their Grandchildren. It's a step-by-step guide. And it's $9.99, but I can give it to you for half off if you use my name, Pace, P-A-C-E, capitalized, and then the number 50, and you'll get 50% off the book. Also at that website, the stand.store, you'll see other references, and you'll see package deals such as coaching, like 5 hours of coaching for $2,000. things like that. Now, the regular website for Vincent Davis is Vincent W. Davis. That will tell you about the law firm and give you information on there. So there's the phone number. There's Vincent Davis's general website, and then the Stand Store website for getting your things there. So that is really, really important there. Now, I also like to show you DOGE information, Department of Government Efficiency. Lately, people have been writing to them, emailing them, and calling them. Those are the numbers. That's the email. It does work. DOGE is responsible for investigating CPS. Now, CPS is a government entity that was created by Social Service in 1962 at a mandate from Congress that Social Service protect our children from neglect or abuse or abuse. So they've been at it for a while. I will show DOGE later on at the end of my show. I need to go back to my phone number because I love you all to call in there. So there's my number. And all I need is a question or two that I can help you on or look up or take care of your legal matter. Now, these 5 rules that I've come up with, rule 1 is to get that attorney. You should get at least 3 quotes. I give you one quote, Vincent W. Davis. His retainer in LA County, California is approximate $5,000. It all depends on the length of how long the case been going on and how complex it is. Now, I gave a quote the other day to a couple in Georgia. It's $125,000. The reason why it's more expensive out of state is Vincent's got to get that license for that state. Plus, he's got to have air transportation, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and food. So that's a lot of expenses that he has to come up front. Now, I've told you one attorney that I recommend. The other 2, you're going to have to use the internet. You want to go to Google, not Google Chrome, not DuckGoDuck, not Montezilla or Edge, Microsoft Edge. None of those will work as well as regular Google browser, a regular Google browser. But it's very important that you position your starting of your words. You want to start off with the city, followed by the state. And if you're outside the United States, put your country, and then put the letters CPS. Now, if you want to be more specific, what you're trying to find in CPS, you can put off there a juvenile law, family law, dependency lawyer. And in that particular city, in that state, under CPS will be a list of all the lawyers that are out there. And you need to look at their websites before you pick the next 2 to call. And it's a real important question. It's a yes, no answer. Your first question is, are you a juvenile law, a dependency lawyer, or a family law lawyer? One of those 3 areas of law. One of those 3 areas of law. If the answer, and also in that same first question, ask them if they had gotten children back from CPS. If the answer is yes, you're onto something. The second question is, when the case is over, Have you ever filed a lawsuit against CPS and won money back either in state court or federal court? If the answer is yes, you got yourself a pit bull of attorney. And there you're going to have to ask them for the references. Get 3 references, including Vincent Davis. And then you're going to decide by meeting them and see how the chemistry is. The references check out and your meeting's good, then that should be good enough. That should be good enough. Well, I have one of our regular room members. I'm going to give her a call since no one else has called in. Yeah, hi, Megan Wilson. Is this Megan Wilson? I had to call you. I'm not getting anybody calling in on my show. So I thought maybe I could talk to you, that maybe my time could help you with your concerns. For people that don't know Megan Wilson, she's a long-time member of my family here on the show. She's from New Jersey. She, I'm sorry. She's from Delaware. I don't know why I thought of New Jersey. She used to live in Pennsylvania, and she was a foster child herself. So she grew up and was abused in the foster system. Unfortunately, she didn't know about having a record expunged. And so all her dealings in foster care carried over to her adult life. And CPS found her again when she started having a child. And she's been going through this for 9 years. And it's rough because it's on and off again, very emotional. And it's very, 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 very tough. And I wouldn't want to be in her shoes. Knowing that she is a loving mom and a caring person. All I can do and say is every day is a new day. Now, I think of life as a pair of railroad tracks. You're probably thinking, what in his story talking about railroad? If you know what a railroad is, it runs on 2 rails. They're connected by wooden ties. A lot of people are really wondering if there is truly a God, because why is God letting all these innocent children die? Why does God not intervene? Well, that's because God made man with free will. He chose to have man decide on its own. He's tried so many times over the years with the 10 Commandments and other incidents of wash away the world with water. And it's been really hard to believe. Now, I did not know that God and Jesus are the same. I did not know that. I really have just learned a little bit of things, but how I perceive my faith in God, because you got to have believe in something, is that I'm on a destiny. I'm on these 2 railroad tracks. My left rail I call the circle of life. It's a big circle because I want to live a long time and help people. My right rail is on the way to heaven, because I think it's so important to go to heaven and not hell. And between the two rails are wooden ties that connect you. And they connect you, with accomplishments. I think by helping people with CPS matters, it's helping me get to heaven, because I want to go to heaven. I do not want to go to hell. So I pray to him a lot of times, and miracles do come. I pray a lot of times, and miracles do come. I know there's a God. It's very complex. It's very confusing for a lot of people. But if you worship God and believe in God and try to do good deeds and try to be good to one another, you'll get to heaven. You need to make sure that any sins that you've done, that you ask God for forgiveness. Now, what CPS is doing is awful. And I don't understand why God doesn't intervene. But I think he is. It's a slow process. Right now, there's a government agency called DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. It's trying to determine which government departments are mismanaged, which government departments are a waste of funds. They're trying to identify people that are dead that still get money, or people that don't work, live at home, are still getting money. So they're trying to determine that. And I know it's working, because 2 weeks ago I called social services for help. And the lady was very courteous. She spoke good English. This is all new, because every time I called social service in the past, they'd hang up on you, or the language was like you're talking in a third world. But before the conversation started, they said, I have a DOGE supervisor on the phone listening in. See, they're investigating all aspects of social services. Now, social service where I'm at is in Orange County. But apparently a DOGE supervisor was listening on the conversation. This social worker was very pleasant, very helpful. Even called me back when she made a mistake. So it is really a belief I have that there is a God. He will help for those that pray to him, for those that try to do good to one another. Every day is a new day. It's a new beginning. Yes, Megan. You've called. Oh, now, did they suggest you do an email? Well, I think you can email them, because on their website they have an email. And I think if you sat there and you just did what you sent me via text, and you sent the same thing to them, you would get a response. And what you can do is call Doge a week later and said, I've not heard from my email response. When will I get my email response? Now, Doge is at mail.house.gov, but I can guarantee. Right. So why can't you send a email to Doge? Why can't you send an email to Doge? Right. Right. Well, what you can do is that maybe you need to be more specific with the people at Doge when you call them. You tell them very politely, ma'am, who gets my email? Who will address this? Where else can I call? Where else can I call? You keep pestering them. Now, I don't mean pester them in a bad way. I mean in a very professional way. You tell them, look, I've called you before. You told me to do this. Nothing happened. Who do I talk to now? Who do I email now? I mean, I think what it does, it involves you. I mean, when Jesus was alive, he would turn his cheek when people slapped him, and he would be slapped the other side. What you need to do is not to give up. It may take 3 or 4 emails. It may take 3 or 4 phone calls, but exhaust the phone calls, exhaust the emails. You can be polite to someone and ask them over and over the answer. Sure. Okay. The number I have for Doge is 2 of them. One is 202-456 quadruple one, 4 ones. The other number is 202-456-1414. Are those the numbers you have? Okay. Did you call both numbers or you just called one of them? And they said the same thing to you at both numbers.
And then when 30 years later, 30 years later, um, we at my door every few months. They open a case. Like this year, this case opened last April. It's been open and it's still open. This April was a year, and we're in June, right?
Right.
So April, May, June. So it's been open 14 months.
Okay.
This case, and they're wanting to close it by July 31st. But the thing is, I know what they do, and my psychiatrist said it to me on Monday when I had my appointment, and my therapist said it as well. It's that they get you to this point, then they shut you down, and then they come in when you're stable, and they uproar your life, and they make you end up going back up on your medications, and we're starting over at square one. My psychiatrist said that I'm at the lowest I've ever been on my medications right now, and I'm very vulnerable. And
Right.
if they come in, it scares them what could happen.
Okay, here's a question I have for you. Have you filed a grievance with the civil rights coordinator? Okay, let's go to Delaware. And let's type in what city in Delaware you want me to type in?
Well,
Wilmington. Delaware. CPS Civil Rights Coordinator.
and boy, trying to find a lawyer, that's even a joke.
I understand.
You know, especially when you're poor. Nobody cares when you're poor.
I know. I care. Why do you think I still look after you?
You're not,
No, I know. Mm-hmm.
can do anything about the situation at hand. You know, they only can sit back and be like, okay, I see it going on, but I mean, I don't know where to go with it.
Yeah, it's fine. It just takes time and patience, and that's something a lot of us don't have. I know you've done your share of it.
And like I said, in the message the other day, I think it was yesterday. You know, I did in my life, but like they labeled me a drug addict for taking psych tests. I didn't touch drugs. They labeled me for taking my psych. So after my son was born and having like 4 cases in a row, 5 cases at that time, and it when he was only 2, I ended up putting him in his crib, and I took 2 bundles of heroin and fentanyl mix, and I shot it up. And I don't remember anything. I just remember that my husband found me, and I remember waking up to being CPR done on me on my bed and Narcan and everything. And I was mad as hell because they brought me back.
Well, I'm glad that they did because you're a good person, and it's not right because God does not want you to commit suicide. That's a sin. That's an easy way out. It's easy way out because you hurt people that care about you. That's why you don't want to do it. That's not true. There are people, there are hotlines. Megan, you got to be not so hard on yourself. You need to understand that people do care. Right now, I have two numbers for filing a grievance in Wilmington, Delaware. One is the Civil Rights Commission, and the phone number is 302 576 576 2175. Now that's in Wilmington, Delaware, and that's the Wilmington Civil Rights. Now, for the state, for the state, is Division of Human and Civil Rights. Of Human and Civil Rights. And Civil Rights. And this phone number is 302 577 5050. Um, that's the file of grievance. Your grievance against CPS. You have a grievance against CPS. Reopen your case over and over again. Isn't that your grievance? Right.
mean it when I mean it. If it's my son, I put my foot down, and they don't like it, and then they're going like, oh, I'm worried about her mental health, and then how she's able to care for her son because he's fighting all of our things that we want to help her and do. No, you want to try to control. You want to try to put in shit that I don't allow. Like, you want to make me get my son on self meds more than he already is because it's more easier for you to deal with him instead of being a proper teacher. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So let's just medicate him and shut him up and let him sit in the corner until the day is over.
Well, that's not your grievance. You're going to bring out all the problems with your grievance. How your child is forced to do drugs. How your child is forced to sit alone in the corner. How your child is denied education.
Son gets the grade and is straight A student. He's getting his education, but it's not that he's not getting his education. Our
Okay.
system is shit.
All right. Okay. Let's not use profanity on my show, by the way. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Christina Reynoso, who has just texted in on the show, send me some stuff. She can help you. Christina Reynoso will help you, Megan Wilson, file a grievance. She's helped out Felicia. She's helped out Felicia in Kentucky. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and let's do that. Text me right now your full name, your email, and your phone number. I will copy it and paste it into Christina's number, and she'll contact you. Okay? Your email and your phone number. She'll know that. She'll know that. Okay, I just got it. So I'm going to do that right now. I copy, and then I go to Christina's phone number and I paste. Yeah, her area code's 928. She's in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, 928 is her phone number. So I just sent her there. And she says thanks. So she has your number, she has your name, and she has your phone number. Now you're in Wilmington, Christina Reynoso. It's C, Chris, Chris, Tina, Tina. Reynosa, Reynoso, Reynoso, not Reynosa, Reynoso. And she will help you. Yeah, well, she will. She'll call you soon. She is. She can call. She can email. She's really good at what she does, and she will help you. That's okay. Now I need to talk for a second here to a room visitor, Cruella. You know who Cruella is? She's Felicia from Oxnard, California, Ventura County. She says, "Hey, Uncle Bob, I'm on so late. I know you're on late. It's 10:56." Crudell says, I've been working on the documents too. I take the courthouse sometime today to file. Good. Make sure you get there before 4 o'clock. And Cruella says, I'm having trouble organizing the content. Don't worry. Take your time. I was waiting for you to pop up here and then still got carried away. You all right? Cruella, Christina's pulling for you. Christina will pull for you. And so will Megan. We all are helping each other in this room. Her area code's 928. Yep. Yep. That's okay. Well, right now it's 11 o'clock. You know what that means? I have to end my live stream. I want to thank all my listeners and all my regulars that that come back to my room and help one another. Thank you, Christina Reynoso from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for helping out Megan Wilson. Thank you, Cruella, who is Felicia from Oxnard, California, Ventura County. And I think that's all I had in here except for Megan Wilson, who I called because, Square Peg. I can't forget the Square Peg. I have no idea where the Square Peg's from, but he's talked about expensive lawyers. Anyway, Megan Wilson is a mother with a child that she wants to keep away from CPS, but they won't leave her alone. So 9 years. So anyway, I got to say goodbye to you all, but I'll be on again tonight at 7 p.m. I'm on twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. So I'm only a live stream away, meaning that twice a day you can talk to me. You don't have to panic. I'm here. I'm a caring, loving man. I have 42 years of marriage. I've helped raise 6 children. I too was a victim of CPS. I know how bad they are. I want to help you. No matter how bad your case is, I will help you. So with that being said, there'll be a brief message from my attorney, Vincent W. Davis. Please listen to his video. God bless you. And this is Bob Pace signing off.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the